There's space weather occurring. So the story is this coronal hole. We went into geomagnetic storm conditions just after September 14th, Zulu time. Magnetic connection with this coronal hole has been established. One other thing to note is there's a filament eruption right here. Right there. Let it play through. I don't think the increase in the KP index is from that. Although there was a little bit of an increase in X-ray flux. Let's look at the magnetic field lines. There you go. So that coronal hole is currently magnetically connected to the Earth. Before we continue, hey subscribers, thanks. Who would have thought we would have gotten to 100 subscribers? Got to 50 before we could even realize we were at 50, and same with 60, 70, 80, 90. So hey, thanks everybody. Also, if you don't have an account on minds.com, get one. Visit us, minds.com/smashomash. Continuing with the space weather, here's your real-time solar wind from the Discover. The BTBZ is fairly converged. There's a little bit of power in the total. It looks like the phi angle is zeroing in at about 160 degrees. Density has come back down. The solar wind speed is actually very high. 554 kilometers per second is quite high. Although the temperature has dropped, so we're going to expect everything else to drop. Let's look at all the specifics at spaceweathernews.com. So as you can see, there's a little bit of X-ray flaring that happened. Maybe it was that filament, or not the filament itself, but the energy that created the filament. Not exactly sure on that one, but magnetometer is getting a little bit anomalous there. Probably on its way back up now. But the wind stream from that coronal hole is not expected for another couple days. The electron flux is probably going to drop off again. Probably more solidly this time than it did last time. So you see this dip here. This one's going to be bigger. This one's going to be more significant probably. And last but not least, lots of charging hazards, by the way, for satellites. And here's your F2 ionosphere layer, which looks pretty basic. So as the KP is going to come back down. We're not expecting to stay in storm conditions here. And yeah, hey, thanks again, subscribers. And here's the last 48 hours of the solar disk.